Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you. If you're coming straight to this, that means it's not too nice out here today. The rains have hit. We are unfortunately off the turf. We tried to keep them on. Late breaking kind of sort of news. We are off the turf. We're a work in progress here as scratches come in. A little bit overcast. The weather's okay now, but we got some rain overnight and we got some rain this morning. Hopefully it'll clear up a little bit this afternoon.
Yeah, we can hope so, but we'll just keep you posted as that moves along.
Is what it is, but we'll figure it all out together here. And before we get into the opening race, which is off the turf, let's just talk Rainbow Six. There were some singles yesterday, right? But it went unscathed, and we've got $250,000 in the carryover today. $160,000 is the carryover. The estimated pool at $250,000. Of course, that'll be in race number 4. Ronnie will be out here. Ron Nicoletti, the birthday boy, will be out here for race 1.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, there you go. And Rainbow Duty as well. But let's kick it off now in race number 1, which, as I mentioned, the early pick 5. We're about 55 minutes to post here. Off the turf, unfortunately, so we'll revert to the Tapeta. We have one scratch to report, and that was the morning line favorite. The 2 Battle Drum just came out. So just take note of that. And Pete, of course, is upstairs, and he'll get you through everything as they come in as well after the show. But Battle Drum is out. I was spreading very deep in this race regardless of the surface. So we'll take a look at my early pick 5 ticket, right now. $40. Race number 2, I've got the 4 on top. That is Jokes Up. Race number 3, 4 deep in there. And I've got the 8 on top. That is Sponge Time. Race number 4, 46 is your order. That is Bringer of Rain. And in race number 5, and I've got the 4 on top, Dream Builder, $40 early pick 5 ticket. Let's get back to this opener now. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, we're off the turf. Battle Drum is out, so I don't need to tell you that Javier Castellano was going to ride. Battle Drum is out. Irad Ortiz is out of town today. We've got updates on that as well, but we'll start with you, Samantha. Neighbors, who I had to speculate and you had to look into, but is named after the absolute superstar New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors, and I got a feeling that means he might be able to run a little bit.
Well, you would hope so.
Right.
He breezed at the OBS April sale really well, and I was kind of confused at his price, and I even asked Jonathan, the DJ stable, and he said that everybody was just kind of afraid of Authentics. They kind of crashed and burned, and I think what you pulled up a drill of this horse, correct? So we'll take a look at him. Yeah. He gets better as he goes further in his breezes, I feel like. So maybe the 5 furlongs will be a bit sharp for him, but here he is on the dirt here, and obviously the intention was the turf. But we'll get the Tapeta today, which is a good sign that he handled it well in the morning at the OBS sales.
And he's worked over it twice here at Gulfstream as well, which I like too. He's a cool-looking horse, a big white blaze on there.
Yeah, he ends up catching the outside Savannah Girl, so he gets better as he gets going.
Yeah, I agree. You're going to see him extend nicely here. Jonathan's kind of like me, Mets and Giants, which is odd. It's usually Yankees and
I
Giants.
know, yeah. You guys are on the same team.
Yeah.
With that. And both new Oklahoma City Thunder fans, too.
Now,
so
Jonathan, he named a horse after Nimmo, which wasn't all that prodigious, but that's we'll see. Neighbors, I think, can run a little bit, and the fact that he's got 2 drills in the morning on Tapeta, I think, is nice as well. National Secrets for me, perfectly honest with you, I don't like this horse as much because he did not run that well on Tapeta, but it was his first start, trying to get this Maker Barn going.
Yeah. Good luck. I know it's tough right now.
Yeah, I agree.
It ebbs and flows, but yeah.
Now this horse was 5-2 at Turfway, and they have good. It's a good product up there on their Tapeta. So I like the post. I wanted this horse on turf. We'll see. Mike's going to leave him in.
Yeah.
So how about gearing up now? They probably wanted turf too, but this is a half to gear jockey. It was really good for Rusty Arnold.
Yeah, very good. So this gearing up and Via Jefe were breezing together on the turf at Palm Meadows, and gearing up was working a lot better. So just some food for thought there.
Yeah, and as good as Gear Jockey was, 1.6 in the bank, it took him forever and a day
You're right,
to break his maiden 9 starts, to be honest. I think he was hit the board in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile turf, though, so he could run. That is for sure. It just took him a little bit to get going. Now, we got to you gonna update your TT
yeah,
pick
well,
3?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
we're gonna have updated tickets throughout the day as these scratches come in, and we get them as right along with you. Race number 2, we're 5 on the Tapeta here. Early pick 4 time. Fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 or a race since July 17th. Not a lot of scratches, at least right now, and I don't really think unless much is going to happen. Races typically stick together. I'll tweet out the early pick 4 in a little bit, but we'll start with Samantha. American, of course. I feel like you might have picked this horse last time, too.
Did I?
Regardless, she ran pretty well against two horses that can run.
Yeah, she did, and we'll see entrepreneurship a
Right.
little bit later in the card today, so take note of that. But the race flow, I think, sets up well for this mare here today. And what I like about her is she's got some gears, I think. She kind of seemed to be one-dimensional for a while, but she's kind of, as she's gotten older, it seems like she's kind of changed her pace a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good to have that versatility.
Yeah, she's not as good as she was with Safi when she
No.
was streaking on the Tapeta, but Louis Ramirez has kept her plugging over a little bit, and she's a player in
Yeah.
here. I'm on Jokes Up. We're going to show you what happened last time. She didn't get a good ride. I'm sorry.
No.
We could say that Irad's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. She did not get a good ride. She didn't have a good trip either, okay?
No.
To be fair, let's check this out. I did not see any urgency here. She does check a little bit down on the inside. It didn't really go all that well for her. It's not ideal.
No.
I would have just liked to have seen a little more.
They're really, I mean, you said it. I remember when we watched this race, we were like, okay, what was the plan here? Because there obviously wasn't much of one, which that happens. We're all human, and they can't all be textbook rides. But if you think about where she's drawn here now in this race, Miguel Vasquez will get aboard, and I think he'll put her in a good position just because Miguel's somebody who stays here throughout the whole summertime, and the Tapeta races are in abundance then, and I think it just plays out a little bit better for him.
You saw it right there too. Irad's not afraid to come up on the inside on the Tapeta,
and that doesn't work.
It's not the place you want to be. It's tried and true and proven. They're coming down the outside, the crown of the track, down the center. You see it time and time again. I hope we can get this horse outside today on the payroll. A big player on a big drop for Anthony Margata.
Yeah.
Love this post, too.
Oh, it's a absolutely perfect post position. And OPS, John Velasquez has won on this horse before. The last time that this mare was knocking heads with this level, she was able to get a win. And Anthony Margata, check out his outfit today.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. It's a little overcast here. We'll see.
Yeah.
It could be Casual Friday.
It could be.
Too. We'll see what's going on with Anthony, one of the good guys around here. Race number 3, we'll route him on the Tapeta now, a mile 70 and what is a 17.5 maiden claimer. 3-year-olds going at it. Again, jock change here. Junior Alvarado will ride the 2. The good news is, if you get a lot of IRAD horses today and you're stringing along and you're coming along, you're going to get better value because I'll tell you one thing, they're all priced low on the morning line. You get a little better value because he's not here. It's just simple as that. We're both on the same horse here, and that is Sponge Time for Aubrey and Rajiv Mirage.
Well, the last Tapeta race would win this race.
It would, and it was for a quarter, too.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're just taking that little slight drop in class, good post position. Didn't want anything really to do with the turf course there. That's just a testament. Not all Tapeta horses are turf horses. Not all turf horses are Tapeta horses. And this is a perfect spot.
No, I agree totally. I think this horse is in a good spot today. The 4 Cajuns cooking. Actually wasn't that far behind Skull Honor last time, and that was the first start with Lasix. He's got plenty to work with here.
Yeah, and his first start going 2 turns.
Sure.
So you think that that's just gradually. Kathleen O'Connell's just very patient and just will kind of bump them up slowly. So I think it's a good sign.
Right. I was a little worried. You are too, obviously, with the picking them third. Skull Honor. Jose D'Angelo was getting a lot of improvement out of Skull Honor last time. So we'll see. And you're still going to take an underlaid price on that one.
Yeah, and he didn't have much speed last time either. So this is second after the claim on the Tapeta the past 4 years. 20%. I mean, that's about on par for the course.
That is basically everything Jose does, about a 20% barn. But, this is tough to improve off Victor Barboza as well. And I agree with what you said. Lack of early speed last time is not going to be good either.
Yeah.
Especially not a lot of rain, but it did rain, and that can tighten things up a little bit. So just take note of that as the races kind of progress today, and just to see, because it can get speedy and it can get tight. on the Tapeta. When we come back, we'll be on the main track, though, so we'll take a break here on Gulfstream today. Rainbow time when we come back, 250 in the estimated jackpot. Stay tuned.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian Adel, Samantha Perry with you here on a Friday at Gulfstream Park. Unfortunately, as we announced just before we came on the air, we're off the turf today. Late rains overnight, so we're going to be off the turf today. Scratches might be coming in. I don't think really anything's going to happen. We did have that kind of late scratch in race 1, and of course Pete's upstairs to run you through them after we finish up. But it's Rainbow 6 time in race number 4, and the birthday boy, Ron Nicoletti, has got the ticket, and it's $250,000 in the estimated jackpot. So on Ron's birthday, let's see if he can hit it.
Well, we all had the winning numbers yesterday. We should have cashed that, but, well, by all, I mean us 3.
The group. 40 grand yesterday.
Yeah,
played.
very
Wow.
impressive. The late pick 5 was amazing as well. Regardless, a good sequence here today. You see, he doesn't have his best bet in this sequence. Race number 5, he is spreading. He's got the 6 back in the saddle, and we'll see if there were any deflections out of that grass race. But regardless of the surface back in the saddle, looks pretty live. Race number 6, just too deep for him. The 2 and the 5, Hollywood Mayhem and Aerostar for Kathleen O'Connell. Race 7, 2, 5, and 6, Breakwater for Shug McGahee. Looks pretty tough there in trying the Tapeta for the first time. Race number 8, the 1 and the 6. I don't have either of those. The 1, Breezero, and the 6, David's Rose. And in the finale, just too deep for him, the 5 and the 6. That's British Empress and Buddhist Prodigy for Jerry O'Dwyer, 43.20.
And of course, Ron will be out here to celebrate his birthday in the opener here in about 30 minutes or so. We'll get that going. But let's get back. The opening leg of the Rainbow 6. We're on a fast main track, at least so far. Pete will update that again, but fast main track, a mile on the one-turn mile. 4-year-olds and up, 62.50 is the tag. It's a clean field of 6. We're all bopping and weaving in here. I like that. You're going to try to turn the tables with Supreme Dominance, who couldn't run with Trapezoid last time.
No.
Or, excuse me, couldn't run with Bringer of Rain last time.
Yeah, nope. It was interesting because in the stretch run, he kind of was lugging out a little bit, which he had done before in his win 2 starts back. But also he was being hit left-handed. I think that I don't want to take anything away from Mika Husbands because he does a phenomenal job. But when you just get a rider that maybe can't hold a horse together as much, and these 6250 claimers, they're not push-button horses by any means. And now we'll get Tyler Gaffleone aboard. I think maybe we can get him a straight path and hold him together some. He should be okay.
And he went way too fast last time.
That's
he can't go 48-2 on this track at this trip and see it out.
Nope.
And that's what happened as well. Big switch to Tyler today taking over. I think Bringer of Rain, though, again, being outside Supreme Dominance the whole way is not going to help the former's chances. Bringer of Rain, kind of the Samantha Perry move, got to the main track last time and really ran well.
Yeah, ran huge, and they bet him too. I guess they're listening to us now when these horses try something new or haven't tried it in a long time. It kind of gets a new gear out of them.
Royal Act, huh? Big number.
Well, we'll see here.
Okay.
Huh? The Gerald James barn, no, not a lot of runners, and this championship meet at least, but the horses don't really fit for this kind of complexion of a meet here, but maybe he'll circle back in that race.
Bold Looker's kind of the outsider in that he's not really coming out of those races. He had 2 in a row going, and he was a solid second. Santos and Wilson, on Sunday, I think,
Yeah, it
on
was
the
Sunday,
drop.
yeah.
We're going to see him Sunday.
Yep.
And he was good for Sandino and Amity that day. So Bold Looker's a big, big threat
Yeah,
here.
definitely.
All right, late pick 5 here in race number 5. And we'll go, this is going to go to 1.70 now on the Tapeta. Okay, we are off the turf again. Race 5 will go to 1.70 and what is a $75,000 maiden claimer. There's no scratches to report of right now. Jock switches on the 5, Bay of Bengal, Amicio Jaramillo, Cyber Security, Javier Castellano. So again, Pete's upstairs.
Yeah.
We'll figure it all out. We'll start with you. You're going to show this ticket?
I will.
Okay,
Yeah,
late pick
we'll
5
show
time.
it,
Okay.
and if there's any bobbing and weaving, we'll
Yep.
we'll change it up here.
6-9 for you.
Yeah, just we'll get into this race in just a second. The turf being off the grass kind of changes the complexity a little bit, but race number 6, I do have the 5 on top. That's Hollywood Mayhem. Race number 7, this is a big spread race for me. My long shot is in here. That's the 7, Vladislav. We'll see. Okay, it might be way less than an average shot now with the scratch of auspicious style. We'll see. I'm not sure. This is, I don't know what they're going to do here. Race 8. I'm going to go back to entrepreneurship today just as my best bet. I felt like it was a race, and we'll get into it, that she needed. It was a tough race. That's like an all ball or a nothing at all kind of a race.
I don't think you can do that.
Well,
you got to have one.
Well,
at
yeah,
least.
that's the one I went with. And in the finale, I have True Myth on top. And actually, I love the Tapeta now for her because the grass was going to be absolutely. I would have to be praying for a miracle to get a good trip at the 52 rail feet setting.
That is a phenomenal point on that, especially in race 5 as well as race 9. All bets are off now with the surface switch because that is you're so spot on that. You just can't win from out there at this trip. Well, now that's over with at 1.70 on the Tapeta. It's a fair playing field for everybody. Let's start it off here again. 1.70 in race number 5. You've got the 6 on top, back in the saddle, going this way for Safi and Ken Ramsey.
Yeah, it seems like he is, right? And he's not a very overly sized horse by any means. I kind of like that lighter body on the Tapeta. They tend to just skip away on it, and he showed a lot of improvement. Was it the drop? Was it just second start? I think it was just second start, to be honest, because Safi, first time turf, 2 turns is not a big stat
I think it's
at
about
all.
7%.
Yeah, it's not great. So, and that's fine because he does virtually everything else nearly perfect. So I think this horse now is very prime for the winner's circle.
No one in this field has run on Tapeta, so we'll figure it all out.
Yeah, that'll be a big puzzle here.
Yeah, I'm on Dream Builder, which should be a price. I actually thought he ran okay on the turf last time. We're going to figure it out on the Tapeta. It was off a layoff as well. It was against the big guys in the championship meet, and I didn't think he really ran poorly at all.
I don't think so either. I don't know about this Gene and Jude race.
Well,
and it's funny
we're going to see that all weekend, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you picked Gallant Lad, I think, as your long shot.
Yeah.
I think I might have picked him on top or maybe second. But I don't know. I worry about how strong that race is. But now on the Tapeta, kind of different playing game.
Yeah. We're going to show you the favorite on a horse that I didn't think ran all that well last time, to be perfectly honest. This is Classy War at 2-1 last time with just the trip of the meet, and he can't do anything with it. You got Global Prosperity is trying to see it out on the front end, and he's going to ultimately finish third. But Classy War has basically been under a drive for about 2 furlongs. He's under a drive to just keep up with Global Prosperity. He's going to finally get by him way late, but I didn't.
And then the other Cassie won.
The other Cassie, excuse me, yes. I did not like this at all. He was set up to win, and now all of a sudden, Royal Palm, maiden special layoff, maiden special weight. I know it's 75, but still, he's a fade to me. He's going to be bet, too.
Well, here's the problem for you. I could agree with you there on the grass course today.
Yeah.
On the Tapeta, I think it might be game over.
All right.
But only because
he's worked well on it.
Yeah, he has worked well, and he got tired on the grass. He ran like a tired horse there, to me. It's still, again, I don't disagree. I don't think it was. He should have had a little more grit than that, but
Yeah.
It's going to be. That's unfortunate for you because you do have a strong opinion in that, and now I think it might have gotten blown out of the water.
Well, that trip wins about every grass race we've run here too, and
Yeah.
I got to see more from him before I want to get involved at what is certainly going to be an underlaid price. Now we'll go to race number 6. We're back on the Tapeta here, which kicks off the late pick 4. We'll go 5 furlongs and a 17.5 claimer for the 3-year-olds. Get these horses taking on winners today. No scratches, but Dylan Davis is going to ride the 5 Hollywood Mayhem. He's going to pick up that one, and it is a good one.
Oh, good one.
To
yeah.
pick up for sure. Let's take a look at the late pick 4 here. $22.50 late pick 4 for me. I'll go 3 deep here. I've got the single in race 7. That's my best bet of the day, Navy Cross. 3 deep in race 8 with the 3 Cajun Fantasy on top. And in race number 9, throw the blanket over it. I actually lost a horse underneath as well. I wanted to go 6 deep, but the top pick in there is the 9. I think I'm going to take the long shot designation off Princess Cairo because I liked her speed way better on the turf than I do on the Tapeta. Certainly, she's sticking as my top pick, but it's not going to. The speed pop might not be on routing on the Tapeta like it certainly could be.
Agreed.
On the turf, so that'll change things a little bit. Let's get back into the opening leg here, which is race number 6. As I mentioned, Dylan Davis, and I can't say enough good things about Dylan Davis. Will ride the 5. Very, very impressive in a short body of work down here. And you are on the 5, and that is Hollywood Mayhem.
Well, it's right in front of you. I understand he just beat 17.5 claimers, and now you're going to face winners. But OPS, a lot of these horses are in this spot. He just showed so much dominance in that race. That was going 5.5, but he just drew away. Can he bring that back? I don't know, but he showed some talent, and somebody might take this horse today.
I would think so.
Yeah, I think you'd be a fantastic claim.
He's in to be taken.
He is,
That's for
yeah,
sure.
why not?
At 17.5,
Yeah.
he drew well. My horse is unproven on the Tapeta. He routed. I don't think he wants to do that. But Grand Avila, the reason I picked him, and I know Amisio's aboard, he went 47-2, so I don't think he's going to be on the lead. And there is a lot of speed, and
So
Amisio will keep him going on the outside.
Yeah, let's talk about the pace of this race, Brian, because it looks
hellacious.
Yeah, you said it. And who does that set up for here? You try to look for horses that could possibly close into it. You've got Happy Flyer in the mix, as do I. This horse might get a good setup.
All right, let's talk about him because he is back on 8 days rest off a total no-show at huge odds against way, way better.
Absolutely.
And now he's at, he's pretty darn close to the bottom, and blinkers are going to come off today, so he might even be further back today.
He could, but sometimes, remember we talk about this, sometimes it has the opposite
Okay.
effect. When you put them on, sometimes they can kind of stall in the gate, or when you put something else to cover them up, sometimes it just has the opposite effect that you want. I love the blinkers off move here, but let's see if he's got any run. You said it. It's like a very quickly on the comeback.
Yeah, and, here he is for 17.5 as well. Race number 7 goes a mile 70 on the Tapeta. These are $35,000 claimers, 4-year-olds and up. We do have a scratch here of the 8 Auspicious Style. Edgard Zayas will ride the 4 Dracan. And you are what is now on the outside with Vladislav stretching back out, which he certainly wants to do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's been a really cool horse, I think. Head scratcher to me of the sprinting last time out. I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah.
This is his level. His last win was at this distance, at this surface. He's run really well against some tough horses, I think. And he's switched hands a couple of times, but he's back with Oscar Gonzalez now and just put a line through that last race. Honestly, even the dirt he tried hard on. I picked him on the dirt that day,
I remember that.
back. Yeah, so, and that was White Barrio. We'll get into him in the lightning round, but yeah, so I think this is his day. Hope so.
Yeah, he's got back races that if they don't win this, they put him right on the line.
Yeah.
Let's show Navy Cross. He's my best bet of the day.
Okay.
I'm just going to believe in this race. It might be foolish. We talk about that a lot. It doesn't always reproduce on the Tapeta. This was a ton better group than he meets today, and this is a good group today. And just look at his form. He's middling. He's treading water at Belterra, and Jeff Engler brings him over here on the Tapeta, and boy, does he blow way up at 44-1, and I'm kind of hoping they see 44-1.
And they're hesitant?
And they're hesitant because this was a darn good effort.
It really was. Was this the exception? Was it the rule?
Well, we're going
Here's
to find
the thing.
out. Yeah.
He's very consistent just in general, even at Belterra.
Right.
But ignore that because he ran. It seems like he's found his spot here.
Yeah, and Title Forces was evens that day for Powder Pop, and he ran huge.
Yep.
So I think this is a good spot for him. He doesn't have to drop out the back. He's going to be in a good stalking position. I think it's his race to lose. You know, there are you mentioned Breakwater earlier for Shug trying the Tapeta. Dylan Davis is on that one. I'm going to take note of that if you print it out early.
Yeah,
so there's other things going on here, but I think Navy Cross is the one they're looking up at. Let's get to race 8 in the late daily double here on the Tapeta at a snappy 5, state bred optional claimer. Scratch out the 4 baby blocks. I want to remind everybody, and Robles reminded me because I was not in the loop here, the Coast to Coast, a special Coast to Coast today.
Yeah.
You were not. Yeah, see that? No, it's going to be in the lightning round too, but that's going to kick off leg A of the Coast to Coast.
Oh, yep, here it is, here.
Right there. We'll have that all weekend as well.
Great bet.
Yeah, let's start with you. We're going to show this race. Okay, 34-1 David's Rose, Entrepreneurship, and Happy Ride. I didn't think Entrepreneurship ran good at all.
Give her some credit.
Why? She was really flat.
Okay, but that was her second start.
This
is a filly that obviously had issues getting to the races, so they've had to bubble wrap her virtually. She came to the races in a huge blowout win. By the way, she is still a filly. They can be a bit touchy.
Yeah.
She tried older and winners last time. I know her maiden race was older horses anyway, but still, I think mentally she's still kind of like at a 3-year-old level. And David's Rose is 35 starts. That was only her second start.
No, I get it.
Do you give her some credit now?
No, not really.
Okay.
She was 1-5 in mid-stretch.
Really?
David's Rose was 34-1. And
Yeah.
She got swatted. And she's just going to be bet hard again today. She'll probably be
fair.
lower than 9-2. So I respect her, and I agree with what you're saying. It's easier said than done, taking on winners. She was so good in her debut. That's
but
what
who
maybe
did
that's
she beat?
well, nobody, but
exactly.
she beat it the right way. But I don't know, because you don't have David's Rose anywhere, and nor really do I.
No,
so that's,
David's Rose ran like his pants were on fire.
No, she did, but
her pants. Pardon me.
Where did that come from? So I don't know.
Heck if I know.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna find out a lot more about entrepreneurship today.
Yeah, and then Amori Control, who we have nowhere,
4 in a row.
Her last 4 races. This is what I said. You take everybody.
Yeah, it's a good race.
Yeah.
I'm on Cajun Fantasy now. Luis Saez is going to ride. I like her Tapeta races, and boy, oh boy, how about Carlos Navarez? What he's got going on right now, winning the stakes. Getting you home with lightning tones.
Yeah, that was good, and the great sign here that 3 for 10 on the Tapeta track. Yeah.
Yep, Breezero's down on the inside. There's a lot of speed in here as well, and
Absolutely.
I think Cajun Fantasy might be the one that trips the best. Good post for entrepreneurship, no doubt about it. And she's the favorite in here, and she deserves to be. I get it. I'm not giving up on her. I just thought she would do a lot better last time because her debut was really good. Race number 9 again, off the turf to the Tapeta, mile and 70 here. Leg C of the Coast to Coast, by the way, as well. It's a maiden optional claimer. Fillies and mares 4-year-olds and up. Right now we have a scratch of the 1, Life's Saga. Vasquez on the 10. Raylu Gutierrez on the 12. Lauriston, who I was really looking forward to playing against today with IRAD, but that's neither here nor there anymore. The 10, True Myth for you, who probably moves up more than anybody on the surface switch.
Yeah, we kind of hinted at it already. A horse that has run well since getting to the grass course, and this is a filly that I kind of followed in New York. I've lost a lot of money on her, admittedly, but the good news is I think today maybe my price will be slashed in half just due to the surface switch here, but I still think that's fair. And like you said, now that we're on the Tapeta course, a much better trip is in her future.
She's got a stone cold, running style, and that's a problem on the turf. It's not a problem on the Tapeta. This is an awesome finale, regardless of the surface that it's on. I am on the 9, Princess Cairo. Conversely, now my long shot, who's not going to qualify anymore. I think she's up against it now. Your horse comes more into picture than mine, I think, because it's tough to wire or lead the entire way on Tapeta.
It is.
Routing.
And she's also hasn't been seen in some time. So those are some big question marks.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. Let's not show the replay, guys. It was on turf, and it was kind of beating up on Lauriston, who has no problem beating up on herself.
Yeah.
But British Empress has run okay on the Tapeta,
Yep.
both sprinting and routing.
She has.
Yep.
She's done it all. What a consistent little check maker she is. She looked like she was going to win that last race, and she was overtaken late, but she ran a good race. I thought on the grass course her speed was really going to help
Right.
here today. Good thing for her, the surface switch helps, and Johnny Velasquez, I think, will put her in a good spot not to wire the field.
Close, but not on the lead.
Exactly.
Jerry O'Dwyer's got my top pick. He's also got the 6. Both of them are maiden special weight
Yep.
droppers. Tyler's going to ride the 6 for E5. No surprise there. She didn't do any running at a million to 1 on debut. But this is a huge drop for her, though.
Big drop. That was a really good race. A nice winner for Brendan Walsh, and then Starship Boeing for Steve Dwoskin went to Tampa. We missed the bet on that horse, paying $14 on the grass, but it's all right. We can't watch them all. I think this horse will be better second time out.
Yeah, blinkers too. I think it's going to help her.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's hope so. I think it's good that Tyler gets on. Of course, it is E5, but still.
Absolutely. She's got a lot of upside, too. I want to give a mention, a 20-1 long shot morning line. It's Tapeta, so that's out the window. But Barkley and Sakatoga have Margot Treasure.
Oh.
They couldn't bet enough on a horse for Sakatoga that tried Tapeta about a month ago, and the money was spot on. The horse ran huge. Don't sleep on that horse now. Maiden special weight dropper coming down from Aqueduct off a long layoff, legging up at Palm Meadows for Tag and Sakatoga. All right, 9 of them for you today. Again, off the turf here. Pete's upstairs. He'll get you scratches and changes. But let's rip through this lightning round. TT pick 3 is back today. Unfortunately, that's a tropical Tapeta. Pick 3.
Yeah. I'll tweet out my ticket, but it's races 1, 5, and 9 today. What an incredible wager to get involved in. 15% low takeout, $3 minimum, and we'll segue that right into the coast to coast because what another phenomenal wager to get involved with.
Yeah, so this is a dollar base.
There we
go. Robo's appreciated upstairs. It's every Saturday and Sunday, but we got the special one today, and it was great to see our sister track Santa Anita back and running yesterday after all the heartache out there, and we just wish everybody the best, of course.
Yeah, it's still going, man. We send thoughts and everything we can out there. Yeah,
you said it, but a 2-hour window today, so we'll get going there. And well, I think White Abario in my head is going to be the second choice on the morning line, but he's one of the ones in the Pegasus, and he fine-tuned yesterday. They didn't ask him a lot because they did ask him for the big work 2 back, but here he is getting ready for with a stablemate who's absolutely streaking right now, by the way.
Fantastic. Yep, but you just look at him here. I like this work a lot better than the one last week, just because you see he's just running right into the bridle, the jock or the rider. That's one of Safi's exercise riders here. Just had him in hand, and that's what you want to see going into a race like this. Let him get something out of it, but not too much. Get him just tease it a little.
And Silver Moonlight's a speedball on the turf, starter allowance kind of horse, and I think has won 3 in a row. Yeah, very fast. A good one tomorrow. The State Bred, the Sunshine Sprint tomorrow. I can't possibly imagine who's not in the race. It's phenomenal for State Breds in Comedy Town on the comeback after doing the graded stakes thing up at Keeneland last time.
Yeah, and this horse before going to those races was like 3 in a row here at
look
Gulfstream?
at this group he beat on the square here, Sibelius and Run Classic.
Yeah, so this was a huge race. Excited to see Comedy Town back in my tickets for tomorrow. I just used every Safi horse in that race.
You know who else is back tomorrow with the Hall of Famer Bill Mott is Damon's Mound. He was a darn good 3-year-old for Michelle Lovell.
That's an interesting horse coming back.
And he certainly never run against Florida Breds. How about your best bet today?
It's entrepreneurship.
Okay. Well, you're right back. Okay.
I
am on the Tapeta as well in race number 7, and that is with Navy Cross. How about you, long shot?
It's Vladislav.
Okay.
Yeah, a very average shot, I think, even with a scratch. But I think anything 4-1 and up is worth it with him.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm going to nix my best bet. I'm still picking Princess Cairo in the finale, but I wouldn't be comfortable giving it a proper long shot with the surface switch, and the dynamics of the race are a lot different there. So Pete's upstairs. He's got scratches and changes as they build something behind us here at Gulfstream Park. It's starting to get nice out, though. I promise you that.
It
Hope to
is,
see you
yeah.
out here. Fun weekend ahead. Pegasus draw on Sunday as well.
Yep.
Pete's upstairs. Scratches and changes. Birthday boy Ron Nicoletti coming back with the opener.